Guys, please make sure you stand till the end. One common mistake that people often make can cost you thousands of dollars in repairs, parts, diagnostics that you may actually not even need. Stay with us, we'll explain what we're talking about. Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Chevy Tahoe Chevy Suburban, guys, that generation here from year 2014 to year 2020. If you have a problem where your AC air conditioner blows warm, hot air, you wonder, guys, what causes that, how to fix it. What we see quite often at the garage, it could be simple fix. We'll explain about that. We'll explain where you can buy cheap parts and tools, that way you do not waste money and time. All that will be covered absolutely free for your convenience. Please make sure to stay until the end. So before we start, guys, let us tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them, guys, completely apart. We show you how to fix engines, transmissions, bodywork, guys, engine codes, transmission codes, fuses, relays as well, guys. Why we do all that? Because our mission in the shop is to save as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. Guys, we have more than 15,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. And if you guys need to buy any parts, tools at a good price, quick shipping, that way you do not waste money and time, we'll put the link in the description of the video below for your convenience. Please check it out. If the AC air conditioner blows hot, warm air, what can cause that? Multiple things, guys. We're going to talk about that in a second, but the first thing you want to check is check your fuses and relays, because it could be super simple fix, guys. So we will be working now, guys, okay, on that. Chevy Tahoe, Chevy Suburban here. Both vehicles are built on the same platform. It should apply to both. The main difference is the Tahoe is a little bit shorter, and you guys have 5 different hidden fuse boxes in it. Most people do not know about them. That's why we made a special video on our YouTube channel about fuse box location and diagram. It's called Chevy Tahoe Chevy Suburban fuse box location diagram on our YouTube channel. Check it out, guys. So first we need to open, okay, here the driver door. When you open the driver door, on the side of the dash you have one cover, guys. Pull that cover out. Behind it you're going to find a fuse box with a layout like this one here. Before we continue, let's explain quickly why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. It is, guys, very important to test fuses and relays. On those fuses you cannot clearly see if they're burnt or not, especially you can see in the J-case fuses as well. And if you guys assume, okay, let's say you remove a fuse, you look at it and you assume, guys, that it's actually a good fuse, but it's actually a bad fuse, sometimes you cannot clearly see that. What can easily happen, guys, at that point, you can put the bad fuse in and you start replacing parts and tools that you don't need to, so you lose your time, you lose your money to fix a problem that doesn't exist, when all we had to do is test the fuse and replace it. We'll put a link to a special video that will teach you how to test fuses, how to check relays very easily as well, guys. So check it out, it will be in the description of the video below. Here, guys, what we need to check. Let's zoom in. First, guys, you need to check fuse number 24. We're talking about this double 15 amp fuse. That fuse is known as micro 3-blade fuse. They're hard to find or often quite overpriced. We'll put a link in the description of the video below where you can get it. That way do not waste money and time. The next one that you need to check is fuse 28. Again, double fuse right here. Next, you need to open the passenger door. On the side of the dash, just like you did on the driver's side, you have a cover. Pry that cover out and you're going to find a fuse box with a layout like this one here. What do you guys need to check here? Okay, fuse number 45 right here. About relays, guys, there is very limited information. You don't have relays that are serviceable, but it's very likely that the fuse box, let me show you, by the way, under the hood, if you open the hood, and here, guys, okay, on the driver's side you have that cover. If you open it, you have that fuse box, but here you have some relays, but not for the AC compressor. However, if you take it apart, on the bottom side you may have a relay that's not serviceable. Practically it's part of the fuse box, and you hope that's not the case, because you have to replace the fuse box or you have to be really good to solder it together. But Other things that can easily cause, guys, okay, the AC system not to work. Let's talk about that now, guys. First thing, you want to make sure that your serpentine belt, okay, is on. That's the serpentine belt that drives the AC compressor. If the belt is off, it's not going to turn the AC compressor, but at that point also water pump and alternator will not be running, so you will overheat your engine if you notice that the AC all of a sudden quit working and the belt snapped or came off. Another thing, you want to get, guys, okay, a system to refill it. You can see the link in the description of the video below. You connect that to the low pressure port. Usually that's the low pressure port. Okay, let's show right here. You see that's the low pressure port, that's the high pressure port. The low pressure port is usually on the white line, on the wider line. This is low pressure, high pressure. If you don't have any pressure here, guys, you mean you have a leak in the system. If you have a leak in the system, it could be caused by bad hose, leaking hose, connector, AC pressure switch, condenser, evaporator. Multiple things can cause that. If you have pressure, but it still doesn't work, what can, guys, cause that? One thing that you need to test before we start taking things apart is the AC pressure switch. This is the device on the high pressure AC line, and what that switch does, guys, practically it detects if you have enough pressure for the engine computer to activate the compressor. If you want to see how to test AC pressure switch, we have videos on the channel. You do it even without removing it, super simple. Another thing that we see, guys, okay, is bad AC clutch. This is the clutch, guys, okay, right here for the AC compressor. You see that's the clutch that's installed on the AC compressor, and what it does, okay, when you press the button, the magnetic coil, which is right here, it's going to pull the outer clutch and activate it, and the compressor will start turning. Having bad AC clutch can cause, okay, the AC not to work as well. If you want to see how to test AC clutch, we have the video on the channel. Another thing, it could be bad AC compressor. Now, for any of you that want to see how to rebuild AC compressor, why AC compressor doesn't work, we have very good video that you can check out as well. Now, we've seen where people buy a brand new AC compressor when all we have to do is replace the clutch, which is super easy, and there will be multiple videos about that. Or that little device. This is known as AC compressor solenoid. AC compressor pressure solenoid. What it does, it kind of like has a variable duty on the compressor, so when you turn it on, you don't notice the engine jerking like back in the day. Everything's smooth and the compressor can run at lower capacity. That way it can improve fuel efficiency as well. If you want to see how to test AC compressor solenoid, AC compressor pressure solenoid, we'll have videos on the channel. You don't need to buy a new compressor, this one is replaceable. They're not very hard to do that. Multiple videos will be on our channels how to do that. Next, you checked everything, right? You check compressor, you check pressure, everything's good. You tested the clutch, everything is perfectly fine. Test your radiator fan. Check fuses and relays for the radiator fan. Any of you that need to see that, will have the video on our YouTube channel. If the radiator fan does not work, the AC will not work. Why? Because the engine computer will turn the compressor off. That way the Chevy Tahoe or Chevy Suburban has a lower chance to overheat. So bad radiator fan or radiator fan that doesn't work can cause the AC not to work. Another thing, fan works, compressor, everything checks out fine. Actually, your system may be where it works perfectly fine, but you still get hot air inside. What can cause that, guys? We've seen that quite often. This is known as blind door actuator. This thing attaches to a flap behind the dash that regulates from hot to cold. If you have dual climate control, you have two of those, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. If you have single climate control, okay, you're going to have just one. Now, that thing, guys, on the inside consists of plastic gears, okay, and a motor. These plastic gears usually crack, break a tooth, wear out, and they start skipping, or the motor quits working and the flap is stuck in hot position. Even though your AC works perfectly fine at that point, okay, it will blow hot air because of a bad blend door actuator. If you want to see the symptoms of bad blend door actuator and how to test blend door actuator, we have many videos on our YouTube channels that will teach you guys how to do that. But those are some of the most common things that we see here at the garage. So guys, I want to show you now something. Okay, check this thing out. You have all different kinds of fuses, relays, circuit breakers, something that could be really hard to find. And if you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't have a replacement one, you may end up being stuck, guys, in the middle of nowhere, or they can be seriously overpriced. So what we do, we usually buy some spare ones, we put in the glove box for a peace of mind. We'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can get them at a good price, quick shipping. That way you do not waste money and time. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.